page number 10. Going to start chanting. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yamangalam dwadasahi jindayesu sadevaka sudhanam nadiga chandi athadai sanja mangalam Desidam dewa devena sabba baba vinasanam sabba loka hidataya mangalam tambanamahe evam me sudam ekam samayam bhagava savatiyam viharati Jedavane Anatha Bindika Sarame Athako Inyadara Devada Begandaya Radiya Beganda Wona Kevala Gabam Jedawana Oba Sidawa Yena Bhagava Tenupasangami Upasangamaidawa Bhagavanda Abhivadidawa Egamanda Athasi Egamanda Tidakho Sadevada Bhagavanda Gathaya Ajabasi Ohudeva Manosaja Mangalani Ajindayo Agankamana Sutana Barohi Mangala Mudamam Asevanaja Balana Pandidanaja Sevana Pujaja Puja Niyanam Eda Mangala Modamam Padiro Bade Sawasocha Bobecha Kata Bonyada Ada Sama Bani Dija Eda Mangala Modamam Baho Sajanja Saibanja Winayoja Susekido Subha Sita Jaya Vaja Eda Mangala Modamam Mada Bidu Bhatana Buddha Darasa Sangaho Anagula Jagamanda Eda Mangala Modamam Dananja Dhamajariya Ja Nyadagananja Sangaho Anawajani Gamani Eda Mangala Modamam Aradi Viradi Baba Majabanaja Sayamo Abamado Jadamesu Eda Mangala Modamam Karawoja Niwadoja Sandodija Gadenyuda Kalena Dhamma Sawanam Eda Mangala Modamam Khandija Sovaja Sara Samana Nanja Dasanam Kalena Dhammasa Gacha Edam Mangala Modamam Taboja Brahmachariyanja Ariya Sajjana Dasanam Nibbana Sachikriyaja Edam Mangala Modamam Bhuddhasa Loka Dhammehi Chaitanya Gambadi Asokan Virajan Khemam Edam Mangala Modamam Eda Disani Gadawana Sabata Mabrajida Sabata Sudhinka Chandi Dante Sam Mangala Modamam Mangala Sodam Neti Dam Sadhu 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 Today we will move on. That's uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is in any case, any kinds of community or any kinds of society. What I mean is, especially the last one community in household life, right? In household life. That's why yesterday, because of time schedule, we have to discuss within 2 hours. That's why I just explained household life. But Pachika Buddha is already there, especially firstly, as the first of the objects are objects taking at, or we are looking at, we are paying attention to. That's why they have already Buddha Puja, and also yesterday in household life already, not only household life but also any kinds of community, the Sangha community, many examples, and beneficial example a lot of. But because of time schedules, what you say is right. What you say is right. So now we are move on. We are going to move the second stanza. The first stanza already enough. Padiruba desa wasoja Bobeja kata bonyada Ada sama panidija ida mangala maudamam. How many lines? How many lines? How many lines? In that sentence, how many lines? 3 lines. Thank you so much. Eda Mangala Mottama means related to all parts of it. So, Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha Eda Mangala Mottama. According to morphology, we have the use conjunction ja. The word conjunction. Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha Edam Mangala Mottama. That is one line. To live in a suitable place or living in a suitable region or genetic environment is life's highest blessing. We need to check it out. Why is it called life's highest blossom? And also, Bobby Jagada Bunyada, Edam, Mangala Mottama. That is one line. Adasama Banidicha, Edam, Mangala Mottama. That is one line. So, all of it, just 3 lines and 3 lines in a stanza. Whenever we read about any kinds of verse, we need to check it out, how many lines. Because when we know it, how many lines, it's easy to translate. It's easy to understand. What does it mean? Pati Rupa Desa Vasocha. Living in suitable regions. Here, especially point out the place where we live in. Where we live in is or completely or not. The way to grow, make us to grow or make us to decline. We need to check out. Because I usually say that life is precious. Life is precious. And time is precious. And people are precious. Here, according to commentary, this explanation is in accordance with the commentary. The commentator say that a suitable place. What is a suitable place? A suitable place is a place where the 4 assemblies live, where they practice the 10 bases of meritorious deeds. This point is very important. Meritorious deeds. You remember what I told you when I explain about what is Mangala really means. What Mangala really means. At that time, I told you, and also Asivanacha, Bala, the word Bala. Who's Bala? Who's foolish? You or me? Because actually, inside or outside? Inside, because actually, we don't want to do, sometimes or quite often, we don't want to do anything good. That's what naturally happens. Not man, not women. That's a mental process of unwholesomeness. That's why I usually say that where is it, right? Yeah, meritorious is very important. So, meritorious deeds, the 10 bases of meritorious deeds, such as giving and so on. And where the teacher's 9-4 teachings shines The teacher's ninefold teaching shines and prospers because the residence is a condition for beings. It's very important. The residence or residential area. Where is it compatible? Compatible for us? Village or city. So something like that. So the residential area, the residence is a condition for beings to perform meritorious deeds. It is called oblazons. Two kinds of points, two kinds of power. It is getting bored. Getting bored, two kinds of power, physical power and spiritual power. Here, meritorious deeds, which one is more important? Which one is more important, spiritual or material power? Which one? Spiritual. That's why meritorious is inside comes out, inside, started from inside. So spiritual power here to perform meritorious deeds. Yesterday already, I gave you some great example, household life, the gentleman in Burma, Moon State. So meritorious deeds, it is called a blossom. It's very important wherever I am, wherever we are, wherever we go. The location is very important. Another meaning of suitable place. A suitable place is the region where the site of the blossom, the blessed one's enlightenment, is located. Maybe you can notice that inside India at the lifetime of the Buddha. Describing between much of and lack of Dhamma power. Lack of and much of Dhamma power. Two kinds of situations. This explanation, the commentary explain. So another meaning of a suitable place. A suitable place is the region where the site of the blessed one's enlightenment is located. Already Buddha Ratana, where he preached the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Dhamma Ratana. Where is Dhamma Ratana? The secret place. Where he passed away, etc. Kushinara. When we get there, you've been there, right? Kushinara. When we get there, how you feel it? How you feel it? Because that is what I explained yesterday. How to call it? Sanwe Chaniya. Sanwega. How do you feel it when you get there? Kushinara, the reclining Buddha. How you feel it? Sanwega. 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 Our heart is right away, our feeling, experiences as the urgency to gain one's own liberation, to gain our own liberation, or that can make us suggest ourselves to practice formal meditation practice, to have formal meditation practice, to gain our own liberation with our own effort. So that's why Samvejaniya. We fear, but everybody feel like that, but different explaining, right? Different explanation, different revealing what they are feeling. That's it. But they feel. Everybody feel it. But different revealing, speaking out, different the way to speaking out. That's it. But the Buddha said that in Pali, Samvejaniya Samvega, the urgency. As soon as we see that situation, the type of reclining Buddhas, the type of passing away by reclining, that situation makes us fear to have the urgency to gain our own liberation. Or even in the Buddha, unavoidable, his death, the process of death. So we also, one day, some way, someday, we will be dead. Before we die, what we should do? How we make a good try? So that's feeling. And also to open the new possibilities. Or normally we stay here, happily in sensual consciousness. So by reminding ourselves, our life is leading to free from or suffering. The starting point. How to start the way to be free from or suffering. That is called in Pali, Samvega, the urgency to gain one's own liberation, our own liberation. So that's why Samvejaniya, four places of Samvejaniya, is Patirupadisa. Got embodied. Patirupadisa, the suitable place. It makes us to grow. By means of knowing, realizing how to do or what to do to gain the good qualities or wholesome qualities, kusala, citta. Dasa Nodariya, supreme sight, seeing the Buddha. This is a kind of vision because we have eyes. We have eyes. So whenever we have eyes, we have to see objects. So we need to clarify ourselves. What we are seeing is what kind of seeing. What we are looking at is what kind of object. So the Buddha is, seeing the Buddha is the great object that we are looking at. That's why Edamangala Muttaman and his disciples, including beings which cause the wholesomeness to arise. You see? Wholesomeness to arise. Mangala. Life science blossom. How is it called life science blossom? Because it makes us to grow our mind. Our mind is usually happening along with akusala citta. That's why when we see the Buddha or the nature of Buddha. The Buddha means the nature of Buddha lifestyle. The Buddha's lifestyle. Not image. Not only image. Image is just to remind us to remember for doing kusala citta, for doing what is good, for doing what is beneficial, for oneself and as well as others, for our environments. How to make it beneficial? By means of our own good qualities. Think about it. That is our responsibilities. Living in our world. And our place in it. So it is a condition for blessings to obtain. What is it? The Buddha, seeing the Buddha and his disciples, including these which cause the wholesome to arise. The second one, Sawana Nodariya. This is the process of hearing. That is our neighborhood. Our neighborhood, hearing, seeing, hearing, right? It's called Aramana Pachayo in Patana. That is describing what we are. So we just need to have awareness. What about we see? What about we hear? So Sawana Notariya, supreme hearing the Dhamma. Nice. So the Dhamma take out the mental defilements in our own heart, within our own mind. From the Buddha or from his disciples. Lava Nodariya, supreme gain, gaining the faith in the Buddha and his disciples, or gaining the noble wealth, the noble happiness. Gaining the noble wealth, the noble happiness. Sekha Nodariya, supreme training. This refers to the three trainings. That is to say, training of virtue, sila, that are mind, samadhi, and that are wisdom, panya, sila, samadhi, panya. The threefold training. Parijriya, Notariya, supreme service or ministry, supporting or helping the Buddha and his disciples with the four requisites. Anosada Notariya, supreme memory, recalling the qualities of the Buddha and his disciples. In brief, seeing, hearing, gaining, training, helping, and recalling for purification. The purification of the mind or purification of consciousness lead to overcoming the suffering and attaining Nibbana, our own liberation. Okay, I need to explain more about this. This is according to commentary. We can make an analysis of it. six kinds of the six incomparable or unsurpassable things, incomparable things. Dasana Nodariya. The Buddha identified these six as excellent opportunities for spiritual growth, leading towards disillusionment, dispassion, cessation, peace, insight, awakening, and nibbana, our own liberation. So Dasana Nodariya, incomparable seeing or incomparable vision. This refers to the seeing of the Buddha or his enlightened disciples while seeing physical sights like treasures or various natural beauty has its value, especially their own spiritual qualities, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. The supreme vision is seeing a fully enlightened being or a noble disciple, as this sight inspires faith, comprehends Sutta, Citasika, and provides guidance on the true path to liberation. Which is called the Noble Eightfold Path. You already know that. You can see the Noble Eightfold Path, or which brings about all kinds of wholesome qualities. It is like intertwining electrical cables to gain maximum strength. Many kinds of cables, small cables. Simultaneously, not one after another, the qualities are taking energy. Not one after another, the Noble Eightfold Path, or the Noble Eightfold Path which brings about all kinds of good qualities, Kusala Jita. Because of the right way, it is a vision that transforms one's perspective and directs the mind towards the goal of enlightenment or awakening. Number two, Savana Notariya, incomparable hearing, incomparable listening. This is the actual hearing the Dhamma teachings. It's the most important point. With respect to Patirupadesa. Without teaching, without learning, it cannot be called Patirupadesa, to live in a suitable place. Think about it. It's not a proper place. Without learning, without teaching, there's no learning, there is no teaching. So Savana Notariya is very important. In Pali way, you can see that. Pali way, Suci Puba Vilisida. Right? Susuneya. So just listening to drama. How nice. Keep in mind the Buddhas and the noble ones. Good teachers as well. Savana Notariya. So, hearing the Dhamma's teachings, or listening to the Dhamma from the Buddha or his true disciples, the noble ones, The content of the Dhamma is superior to any other sound or teaching because it offers the way out of suffering. That's why whenever we see the Tipitaka or Tripitaka, Desana Priyosani. How nice. I love it, that point, that sentence. I love it, that sentence. That is the power of Dhamma. The power of Dhamma, anywhere, anytime, any person. Because of accumulating parami, accumulating perfection, accumulating wholesome unification of consciousness. Eventually, we can gain our own liberation with our own effort. The most important point is to be oneself, to be ourselves. Hearing the Dhamma from an authentic source provides the necessary instructions and understanding to start or progress on the spiritual path. Number 3, Lava Notariya, incomparable gain. The highest form of gain is the gain of faith, comprehending the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, the Triple Gems, the monastic community, Buddhist, the universal monastic communities. So sometimes whenever we use concept, so complicated. That's why we say that much better universal message. While people strive for wealth, status, or power, the gain of firm, comprehension, the Triple Gem, is considered the most valuable acquisition because it is the foundation for all further spiritual development. Yesterday, I already explained the ladies in Burma, Moon State. He always fear she lives with the Buddha's advice, offering in the presence of the Buddha. This point. That's from gain. So why people strive for wealth, status, or power, the gain of fame, comprehension, the Triple Gems. Comprehension, the Triple Gems is considered the most valuable acquisition because it is the foundation of our further spiritual development. Sikha Notariya, incomparable training. Number 4. This is for all ages, for all diversities. This point. This refers to the training in the higher morality, adisila. In the experiential emphasis or in the actual practice, practical way. Sukhiyodu, this point you like. You prefer to do it, right? This point. Number 4, you see number 4? You see it? Number 4. Sikha Notariya, supreme training. So the training in higher morality, disila Sikha. The training in higher concentration, serenity, adicita Sikha. And the training in higher wisdom, Adipanya Sikha, as taught in the Buddha's dispensation, the Buddha's teaching. This systematic practice or systematic process of absorption, self-reliance, self-responsibilities, and mindful action is superior to any worldly training because it leads directly to the end of suffering. Number 5, but I need to explain more according to experience and emphasis practical way. This is number 4. Number 4, so number 4 is Sikha Notariya. Because I already made this for especially monthly and give dhammatos for foreigners. Here, I may create it. This is the way to practice. We don't focus on the type of image or the type of pagoda, the type of statue. We just focus on the way to practice. Where is the end point? The end point of practice, our taking. That's why I make it. You can see it, reference, Anguttara Nikaya, Dasaka Nipada. The first one Sutta. Kimatiya Sutta. You can see it. So number 5, Parichriya Notariya. Incomparable service. The importance of the service or attendance to the Buddhas or his noble disciples, Sangha communities. Serving those who embody the Dhamma provides great opportunities for learning, making merit, and refining one's own conduct and mind. It is a means of cultivating humbleness, generosity, and respect. Number 6, Anodada Nodariya, incomparable recollection. This is the recollection of the virtues and qualities of the Buddha or his noble disciples. This practice known as Buddha Nosati or Sangha Nosati helps to purify the mind, overcome mental hindrances, mental obstacles such as lust, hatred, and delusion, and develop, cultivate concentration, and calm down, quieting down of disturbances in the bodily and mental factors, respectively, which can lead to higher states of realization, our own liberation. Higher states of realization, gaining our own liberation. This cha anodariya in such a way provides a comprehensive framework for lay and monastic practitioners alike, outlining the supreme source of inspiration, practice, and attainment on the Buddhist path. About good conduct. Here I need to explain more. Sikha Notariya. In Pali, Kusalani, Silani, here, we cannot see different type of many types of pagoda. In Sri Lanka, many types, right? Many types of pagoda. But anyway, any kinds of pagoda, any types of pagoda, any types of stupa, there are three parts. We have to see three parts. We can notice the three parts: bottom, mirror, and the top. So three parts. The bottom is widely. The mirror is collecting, without spreading. And the top, pinnacle point. The pinnacle point is space, a lot of space. That refers to liberation. No more burden, any kinds of burden, any kinds of attachment. Any kinds of attachment, burden. Attachment is a burden. Mental attachment, mental burden. That's why three parts. We don't focus on golden color, any kinds of color, any type of pagoda. Just quality, the way to practice. We just pay respect to the 20M moral purity, the 20M concentration, serenity, power, the luminous presence of mind, the 20M wisdom, and knowing, which is also seeing. That separates from inside meditation, or serenity meditation, two kinds of meditation. So wisdom is actually sotapanna. The starting point of wisdom, sotapanna. Sotapatti, there's a jnana dasana, knowing and seeing. So liberation. When you have that wisdom, knowing and seeing, not only knowing, but also seeing clearly, like a face to face, in the Nawata wisdom, you can see clearly. At that time, your mind is luminous, more and more, and the light, luminosity point, the point of luminosity, the light of radiation is higher and higher, greater and greater, clearly. So that is to say, your life is no more darkness, especially mental darkness. Now physical light, just mental light, inside your body, your heart, because of samadhi power. Anyone is possible to gain that point by means of their own effort. So sila, purity, very important. So another way to say it, according to sharing, techniques sharing by the Buddha. According to techniques of sharing by the Buddha. Sila refers to vinaya. Samadhi refers to Sutta. Now we are discussing each other about Sutta. Just different usage. The same point. Like intertwining electric cable. Electricity power simultaneously taking place. When you have moral purity, the basic level, the foundation of our conduct, sila sekha. You are easy to do meditation, to gain the middle point, samadhi power. And when you have samadhi power, you are potentially to keep going on, the knowledge level, the pinnacle point, clearly, cause and effort, you know cause and effort inside or outside. That naturally happens. Nobody created, including you. Without creating anything, just making your own potential. Power up your own potential. You can gain middle point. Suki, I remember what you told me yesterday. Pamoja, no? And Pamoja, I explained here already. The start. On the way to practice. The Pamoja is on the way to practice already. The actual practice, without imaginary anything. The pinnacle point, you already know that, just three steps. But we need to take time, and we should have formal meditation practice. We're gonna go try. That's called Nibbana, means one's own liberation. To be free from more attachment. To be free from attachment. In Bali, Kusalani, Silani, Awipati Saratani. Actually, when you learn about Bali, right? When you learn about Bali, the Bali sentence is very interesting. Because of formula. So you already know that how many kinds of genders in Bali, or Sanskrit the same. How many kinds? Gender. Only masculine gender, feminine gender, and neuter gender. You already know that. Buddhist monks already know that. These are only, you can listen to me. All the way, this process, this paragraph, that's only 3 genders. How nice. Okay, I'm going to recite, okay? Here, the Kusalani Silani, the first sentence. Kusalani Silani, Away Kusalani Silani, this is a subject. No, subject. Away Badi Saratani, Away Badi Sarani Sansani. Ani kriya as a kriya. But not main verb. It's not main verb. It's not main verb. Just verbal noun. This is Pali is so interesting. It's a formula. So Kusalani Silani as a cause. When we have the wholesomeness of moral purity, we have already Avivadi Saratani. Avivadi Saratani means the freedom from remorse. Freedom, you already told me. Freedom from remorse. Good Kanda Sila has freedom from remorse. As it is destination benefit, Avivadi Saratani, benefits and destination. What time we get? At the presence of mind. At the presence of mind. In every single moment. Kusalani Silani, Avivadi Saratani, Avivadi Sarani Sansani. What kind of gender? Only or masculine or feminine or neuter. Neuter gender. How nice. So when you have good kanda sila moral purity, you have already freedom from remorse or regrets. So freely. Our mind is so fresh. The state of freedom, just state of freedom. Think about it. The energy, spiritual energy, spiritual power. We just have a state of freedom from all remorse, promote regress as it is destination and benefit. But our responsibility is just to appreciate ourselves. Without appreciating kilesa, mental defilements, attack, always attacked. We are always attacked by mental defilements. So our responsibility is just appreciate it. Oh, my mind is so fresh because of the good qualities about the good conduct, sila, moral purity. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. That's a good point. Sandoti, that's a good point. That's why another way to think of it, we can say it. When you have some vitamins, you don't need to say pray for that. Like, oh, may I have some vitamins, right? Because you have already what you want, some vitamins. Think about it. That is energy, vitamins energy. There's in Bali, oja, right? Oja. Whenever we eat food, that food is make us some vitamins. We got it. Any kinds of elements, fire elements or like spicy food or something like that. Like Korean food, Korean noodles, right? Bean, I love it. so it makes it's a protein. That's energy, oja, vitamins. So when you have chance to eat what we like, we cannot say it, praying for that, because we have already what we want. So we just need to appreciate. At the time, we fear, what happened? Gluttonous, pamoja. Awepadisaro. Listen to me. What kind of gender? What kind of gender? Awepadisaro. This is a subject. Cause. Bamojato. Bamojani sanso. What kind of gender? Huh? Masculine or feminine or neuter? Masculine, good. Okaranda, right? Bonley. You already know that. It's similar to, right? It's a European language, Indo-European language. Huh? Kadajara, Kadasara. This is a Pali language, Indo-European language. It's similar to it, right? Similar to it. Masculine gender, feminine genders, a neutral gender. Yeah. Russia, yeah. Similar to it, yeah. So, definition is freedom from remorse or freedom from regress has gladness. Simultaneously. Think about it. So long as we have freedom from remorse, we have already gladness. Think about it. As soon as freedom from remorse, we have already gladness. Pamoja. In Pali, pamoja. In Thai language, Phasa Thai, pamot. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, he's so smart. Because of the good qualities about the mind. You're a good person. You are a right person. Because you are taking the way to the right way. Think about it. No need to pray for that. In every single moment, you have already freedom from all remorse, from all regrets. So long as you have freedom from all remorse, from all regrets, you have already gladness, pamoja. You see, as a cause and effect, you see step by step, one after another. Sila Samadhi Panya. All of these, or each of these is as a foundation for the next. That is cause and effect. So mentally, spiritual power, spiritual quality, capacity. How nice. That's why I usually say that people are precious. We need to be prepared to share our knowledge of wholesome message, wholesome quality, or universal message. Universal message. Not only for Buddhism, Buddhism and Buddhism, that is an English word. Not original or in the Tripitaka. No, not that word. That's why any kinds of conventional reality concept, which is just mentally constructed, mental construction, it may cast blockage, superstition. So complicated. Think about it. Any kinds of concept, not only English. Yeah, nature, natural process of mind, natural process of consciousness. Think about it. Inside or outside? That's a good point. You got it. In this country, we count over quite often here, in Pali. Dhammasangani, chanting on Dhammasangani is one of Abhidhamma treaties, 7 treaties. Kusala Dhamma, Akusala Dhamma, Abhyagata Dhamma. So Kusala Dhamma, Akusala Dhamma is the process of, natural process of spirituality inside, in our heart, not outside. Residing by understanding the meaning of what we're saying. That's why Padidupadisa means where there is learning and teaching. That's very, very important. That's why the Buddha said that Etam Mangala Motaman. Right? That's life's highest blessing. So, wherever we live in, should have learning and teaching. Or teaching and training. Learn by practicing. It's very important. Spiritual power, both of them, spiritual power and material power, beneficial. Both of them are beneficial. But spiritually more important. Spiritual power is more important. Spiritual power that can gain our own liberation by means of our own effort. Think about it, right? Not physically. That's why I love it so much. This way. And that's why I prefer to say whatever I talk about the Buddha's teaching as universal message. The Buddha himself made it as a universal message. Not Buddhist, not only for Buddhists, for all beings, for all ages, for all diversities. That's why I usually say that whenever I give Dhamma talks, as a universal message, I prefer not to say Buddhist or Buddhism. It's so complicated. And make us a blockage. Both sides. Here, I'm going to talk about regarding this point. A student once said that if I'm a Buddhist, that student, Westerner student. If I'm a Buddhist, it drove my parents and friends crazy. But I'm a Buddha, nobody is upset at all. You can see that. This sentence, what he says is so funny. So normally we see. But actually, he really knows what the meaning of the Buddha. That's a Westerner student. And also one of the students, when we discussing about Dhammas together, one of students. He also said that without investigating, it cannot be Buddhist. Is that right? Without investigating, it cannot be Buddhist. Multiple points of view, not a single point. So, the student said that Buddhist and Buddha, different. The word different. That's why, if I'm a Buddhist, he said that, if I'm a Buddhist, it drove my parents and friends crazy. But I'm a Buddha. Nobody is upset at all. Because he knows what is the meaning of the word. Not personal name, not clan name, not family name, just status name. Everybody can be. Everybody possible to become a Buddha. By means of their own effort. Think about it. So any kinds of concept, one of my students learning about how to do meditation in Buffalo University in America, and online. Good answer, good question. She asked me, when I learn about how to do meditation from you, I become a Buddhist or not? I become a Buddhist or Christian? So the answer is, just to speak English, we can become a Native American or Native English. No, learning, just learning, just their chance. Just to speak Russian, we can become a native Russian? No, needless to say. What I'm saying is here, the concept, conventional realities, which is just mentally constructed, make us so complicated, make us blockage to open up new possibilities. Think about it. A kind of blockage on our way to liberate ourselves. That's why discussion is very important, and also, without investigating, it cannot be Buddhist. That is not what I'm said. One of the Buffalo University students, within a discussion, each other in Mahayana temple, at the Mahayana temples. Long time ago, maybe 2012 or 2013, yeah, 2013. We're discussing normally, regularly discussing. So my group's American meditation retreat. President is American. And so monthly, we have discussed. You already know this discussion on a cerebral time, cerebral occasions. It's a life-size blossom. Kale na damasa gacha eta mangala modama. Already, you on the way to discuss. You will see it. So here, pamocha, freedom from remorse. Freedom from remorse has gladness already. Also, the gladness, pamocha, as a cause. So long as we have gladness, we got already joy, PD. PD, pamocha, PD. We got already PD. Ecstasy. Or BD, a lot of translation in English, or zest. Right? Or zest. ecstasy, zest. Many, maybe I noticed that maybe a 6 watt, we can say, maybe similar to it, comes zest. And then when we have joy or zest, another way to say it, we can say that, how to say it, BD, zest. Another way to say it, rapture, right? Rapture. Yeah, most of people like that. Rapture, yeah. Rapture. Elation? No. Yeah. The elation is when you have BD. Elation is the whole body. That's as a manifestation. You can see it because of the capacity of BD, ecstasy, rapture, the whole body. The whole body. At that time, your mind is so clear, so getting fresher and fresher, lighter and lighter. So, when we have, so pamoja cause. When we have pamoja, gladness, we have already, as a result, the outcome of pamoja, already piti, joy, rapture, or zest. You can see each of these is a foundation for the next. That's an actual practice. On the way to practice, you can see it by yourself. You can feel it by yourself. Pa mo champi tatampi tani sansang. What kind of gender? Pa mo champi tatampi tani sansang. Pa mocha, gladness. Bitatan. Hello, chikama. Pa mocha, bitatana. Needs a sound. What kind of gender? Needs a sound. Nasika tana. Nasika sado. Needs a sound. Pamochan bitatan. Pamochan subject bitatan as a result, as an outcome of it. Pamochan bitatan bitani sansang. What kind of gender? Naponsakale. Neuter gender, needs a sound, okay? Needs a sound. So, cause and effect, one after another. How nice. As a foundation for the next. Each of these is a foundation for the next. You can clearly, theoretical way or practical way, more clear. Because you have already greater awareness, greater clarity, greater satisfaction. Because you are on the way to practice, right? You are making a good time doing meditation in your present day life. I really appreciate that. Suki Hardu, keep going. I know it's what you mean. So you capable of doing. You're capable of doing. You can gain. You're capable of gaining by means of your own effort. And you prefer to keep going on the experiential emphasis. I got you. Rather than theoretical way, right? Here, practical way. What you like? So BD pasadata. Pasadani sansa. What kind of gender? Yeah, feminine gender. Piti ikaranda, ikaran piti ikaranda itilenga. feminine, and also akaranta. So that's a Pali formula. That's because what I'm saying is the way to learn about Pali is so interesting. So Indo-European language. And also, it's easy to understand. It's easy to understand what we're saying, what we're talking about, right? BD, cause. Whenever we have BD, rapture or zest or ecstasy, we have already result or consequence of it. As a consequence of it, outcome of it, passaddhi. Right? So, cause and effect. Passaddhi. Passaddhi means calmness. The more you have concentration, the more you got calmness, coolness, quieting down of disturbances in the bodily and mental factors, respectively. That is called in Pali passaddhi, or tranquility in English, or calmness, similar to it, identical. Anyway, they are identical. So cause and effect, the way to practice, scientifically, technically, systematically, canonically. So yes, you can see that it's a very frequent way to be more in touch with the fullness of your being through a systematic process of self-observation, self-responsibility, self-inquiry, self-reliance, and mindful action. There's nothing mystical about it. It's so simple, straightforward, but it is doing. It takes energy. You can see it by yourself. So that's a cause and effect. Yes, Seikha Notariya, no? Seikha Notariya. It's a very practical way. The most important point is to be ourselves. So, passaddhi sukhata, sukha nisansa. What kind of gender? Feminine. You got it. How nice, right? Does it need, you need to study by heart? Tone. So think about it. Just make it clear, understand, clear comprehension. That's very important. That's the way to learn about Tripitaka. Huh? Passaddhi sukhata. When we have, as soon as we have passaddhi, quieting down, calmness, quieting down of disturbances and the bodily and mental factors, respectively, we got already, as a consequence of it, already sukha, happiness. Real happiness, because that's free from any obstacles at that time. Sukha vedana feeling, experience. Think about it. The process of experience is the process of feeling state. Really amazing. That's why Aishwarya says that your mind is tremendous change by means of your own effort. Your own effort. You are capable of gaining your own liberation. Needless to say, happiness, sukha vedana. Passaddhi sukhata, sukha nisansa, sukham samadhattam, samadha nisansam. Oh, what kind of gender? Huh? Yeah, you got it. Neuter gender. Nabonsakale. Right? Nabonsakale. So, yeah, you got it. Huh? Think about it. to have wholesome unification of consciousness, before we gain it, we should have happiness. Without any disturbance. Without any disturbance of our mind. Without any obstacles about our mind. Or distraction or distrust. Systematically, technically, canonically, scientifically. This is in the round about 1970, over 1970, or 70, 78, 75, 78. Research in Massachusetts medication center, medical center, Massachusetts, they found that as a clinical process, applications of mindfulness. This point. For all mental disease, mental destruction, and so much to do so little times in America or in Europe, especially in America. A lot of expenses, payment, high expensive. It's not easy. So distrust, they have got the people stressed out. Got stressed out because of their payments, the stress. They got stress every day. So the best way to deal with it, they found that this way. Massachusetts Medical Centers. That's why most of sick people who have mental disease, mental destruction, they got relief. And they keep going on doing meditation in their present day life, including hospice. Universal master, universal power, Dhamma power. So, sukha, very important, sukha vedana, happiness. Everybody needs happiness, but different kind of happiness. This happiness is not created happiness, natural happiness. You see, natural happiness, nature. Natural process of spiritual quality happiness. Real happiness without creating anything. Just taking the way to natural energy. That's it. Anytime, anywhere, wherever you go, wherever you are, you got it. Anytime. So, sukham samadhatam samadha. When you have, as soon as you have happiness, real happiness without creating anything, natural happiness, sukha vedana. That is to say, sukha vedana. You have already unification of consciousness without moving elsewhere. Just focus on a single point, one pointedness. That is called impa. Oh, you got it. You 10 into the Abhidhamma course, right? You already 10 into. That's why you are a good one. You are right one, right person, good person, because you are taking the way to right way. You're taking it the way, universal way. Without moving elsewhere, the mind is so steadfast mind. Samadhi, yata buddha jnana dasana tho, Yata Buddhanya na dasana nisan so. Okay, no gender. Masculine gender, bone lay. Samadhi ikaranda bone lay. PD ikaranda itile. Different, right? But the sound is similar to it. The sound is the same. In Pali, the most difficult in Pali language, that's how to distinguish what kind of genders. So difficult. There are other languages. The Pali word. Yes, serenity. When we have serenity or ekagata, samadhi, steadfast mind, one-pointedness, without moving elsewhere, just establishing on the presence of mind, directly facing the objective domain without moving elsewhere. That is called ekagata. That is called samadhi. As soon as you have that samadhi power, serenity power, the luminous presence of mind, directly facing the objective, a single point domain, the objective domain, just a single point. Yeah, that's good. That's why where started from? Your needs of manasikara, proximate cause, right? Any kinds of kusala citta, wholesome state, has already there, proximate cause. Your needs of manasikara, wise attention. That's very important for our own lives to gain our own liberation. Without having wise attention, or may cause a problem, big problems. Think about it. Right? You got it. So you see simultaneously, actually, clear understanding is simultaneously. Natural processes, clear comprehension of mind, our consciousness, without getting matter, confusion, any confusion, without turbulence, clearly about it. At that time, you have a lot of, when you have this point, you have a lot of light, radiant light, inside or outside. That's why you can make it beneficial, that light. And give beneficial present or past, like a torchlight. Standing at the present time, but we can put backwards, we can see clearly. It's some occurrence in the past, some state in the past. We can see it clearly. But standing at the present, but your direction is a torchlight. Put onto the past, something in the past, or something for the future. You can see it. Because you have already battery power, like similar to samadhi power, serenity power. That's amazing. Without creating anything, think about it. Because of repetitive observation power. Just watch it as it really is time and time again. That is called bhavana. To make something to grow. Bhavana, to grow. Capacity to grow. The power to grow. That is called bhavana in Pali. Meditation is that point, that meaning. Not another way. In English translations, a lot of ways, a lot of points, not the same. Capacity to power. Or capable of making, capable of gaining natural natural growth, natural capacities, natural richness. The richness, new possibilities. Got it. So, when we have samadhi, ekagata, we can see clearly samadhi, yata buddha jnana dasana to yata buddha jnana dasana nisanso. We can see clearly inside or outside. What's happening in the mind and body as it really is, without identifying with it, without taking it to be my or me. So clearly. Like seeing the clear water, fluxing water clearly. Clear water, fluxing clear water. So this is Sukha Notariya, the serene training. Yata Buddha Jnana Dasana, you can see what's happening, what actually happens to us, what actually happens in us or in you. Yeah. So that is the analytical knowledge of mind and matter, or analytical knowledge of material and spiritual power, energy. So, Yata Buddha Jnana Dasana to Nebida Vira. Yata Buddha Jnana Dasana, Yata Buddha Jnana Dasana, Nebida Vida Gan, Gata, Nebida Vida Gata, Nebida Vida Ga Nisan San. That's an, the Pali word is the gender, neuter gender. Buddha Jnana Dasana. You can see clearly what's happening, what actually happens to you, in you. Just a mere aggregation of physical and spiritual energy. That's it. That has nothing to do with anyone, that's almighty power. So that power makes you Yada Buddha Jnana Dasana Nebida Vida Gata Nebida. Your mind is reluctant to be reborn in this body, any kinds of physical body, any kinds of mental body. Your mind is leading to your own liberation because of your fading, your desire is fading at the time. Fading, you have already fading desire. You don't want to be reborn in the bodies that is always oppressed by the continuous rise and passing away. That is called dukkha in Pali, rising and passing away. Your mind is reluctant to be any kinds of war. As I told you, just different. You understand, you realize by yourself at the time. You realize by yourself, or anywhere you go, nothing much special for you, just different the name of some material. Tevada war, slash cemetery. Brahma war, divine abode, divine cemetery. A human war, human cemetery. Just different name of cemetery. That's it. Anywhere you go, cemetery already. So that is called suffering, dukkha. You can see by yourself, at that time your mind is reluctant. You have willingness not to be gay time and time again, to reborn in any kinds of physical body, any kinds of mental body. Don't want to go anywhere. Just want to be free from more attachment. Nebi Dawida Go. That state of mind makes you free means you get, means you gain freedom from all attachments, leading to Sotapanna, the first stage of enlightenment. You are seeing clearly at the time. Cause and effort. Here, this point, knowing and seeing, the pinnacle point. Here, Nibbana, you started to see Nibbana in the duration of meditation. Without doing meditation, you cannot see it. Nibbana means final liberation. Final liberation means arahata, actually, arahata. But anyway, the four stages of enlightenment, awakening, the noble ones, you can get it, you can start it to online, always on, you never offline. Your mind is always awakening. No more offline. You're always online. You can see here, Sukha Notariya. Any question, please? Any question, please, regarding this point? Sukha Notariya. This is a practical way. That's why I noticed that the time is that we have to train. Now the kids, special class, not too much, okay? And the era one, even in era one, basic level, not too much, just 15 minutes. But for more meditation regularly. I really made it, taken around the world and Europe. All through night, without lying down. Just start at 7 p.m. Only one night, not every day. Once a week, okay? Once a week, every one day, one night. 15 minutes. In any section, sitting meditation or standing meditation or walking meditation. Not lying down, without lying down. You know, gravitational force, different. Lying down is not easy to rise up, right? Not easy to rise up. Gravitational force is different. Gravity power. So, is the questions any sections after 15 minutes or discussion like that? Any question? Break time. We have to give them break time. They can eat anything what they have. And I make it special class, the kids. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. They got it. In Sri Lanka, temple may not always, not anywhere, but because it depends on situation, location. Some are small place. Some are big. Okay, some are big. They usually make a Sunday school. What about Thailand? No, right? Huh? Where? High school? Oh, yeah. All over country? Oh, the whole country? Oh, okay. Sugiyodi, any question about this? The way to practice, you can see it waiting for you. Keep going on. Viraga, Nebida Viraga. disenchantment, dispassion. Here, this is strong. Here, cut up connection because of this point, right? This point. This is dana, craving. This is upadan, connecting with dana. Without connection, cut out connection, we cannot grasp it, right? Cannot grasp it. This point, disenchantment. Disenchantment because of without connection to craving, dana, loba. Where? Grasping. No. The weakness of grasping. Clinging. Because of without connection. So disenchantment and dispassion. And knowing and seeing. Jnana-darsana, Sotapatti. That is a practical way. Cause and effort. You can see cause and effort by yourself. Oh, cause, what is cause? What is the effort? What is the outcome? What is the consequences? You can see it by yourself clearly. Not only physicality, but also spirituality, spiritual process. This process, cause and effort is just process of thought, process of mind, process of consciousness. Hot water is okay. Hot water we can. Can I get it? Hot water. Okay. Yes, cold water. Yeah, hot water because some mucus, contagious, congested mucus. Someday you understand this way, right? Yeah. My pleasure, anytime. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, exactly. Your mind is clear, lighter and lighter, fresher, wherever you go, anytime, wherever you are. You're so happy and but without attachment, without any attachment, freely. Attachment is a kind of burden. A kind of burden. Yeah, attachment, any kinds of attachment, mentally attachment. Upadana is clinging is a mentally attachment, to hold on to clinging, right? Actually, nothing to hold on to, nothing to grasp at. Just energy, the process of energy. That's why without attachment, without burden, any burden, your mind is always fresh, so fresh. Getting fresh, a greater awareness, a greater satisfaction. You got it. My own pleasure, anytime. I'm so glad to hear that. Jamangla, did I make sense? You understand what I mean? Yeah. You didn't explain. This is for explanation. I made this for Americans and Europeans. I usually give what comes time chai monthly, maybe 100 persons, volunteer teachers. Book? I have no time to make a book. To make a books or many, I have to make it categories for spiritual level for the kids or for all ages. So for the kids, kids level and or teenager level, something like that. That's why it's very important making category. It's not easy to understand the Buddha's teaching, Tipitaka. Think about it. But I have already techniques because of my qualifying teachers. The qualifying teachers, the gratitude of qualifying teachers. We cannot describe it as a word. Think about it. Pretty much beneficial. And language, Pali and English, philology, science of philology, science of language, because of my qualifying teachers. The gratitude of qualifying teachers, we cannot describe it as a word. Krasada, did I make sense? Do you understand what I mean? What I explain? Do you understand what I explain? And cause and effort. Yeah, Parimokka is already foundation, Sila, including Sila. Parimokka Samvara Sila, right? Indriya Samvara Sila, Parimokka Sila. So, including Sila Seikha, basic level. That's why Vinayonama, Sasanasa, Ayu, the Visuddhi Magasata. So, Vinaya, the rule of training given by the Buddha is the life of the Buddha's teaching, sasana, the Buddha's dispensation. Without Vinaya, without having Vinaya, or if there is no Vinaya, no more Buddha sasana. Sila, the same. Venerable Chikama, any question? Huh? Any question? I appreciate that Chikama Indian monk that they can speak many languages, several languages. It's good, eh? I don't know how they remember, eh? Many languages, eh? It's good to communicate one another in our world, in our present day life. It's comparable. A Russian, how many languages can you speak? Only 2. Really? Ukrainian? Similar to it, right? What about Lithuanian? Lithuanian. It's similar to it, right? Different, right? What about Polish? Next to the Russian, maybe Polish. Russia University, I'm interested. Maybe technics. Now, yeah, you interested in Pali, right? 3 kinds of gender. You can easily read about in Tipitaka. That understand 2 kinds of 3 kinds of genders. masculine, feminine, and neutral genders. Oh, we can keep going on. The next page is a kind of place at the lifetime of the Buddha. Especially Majjhima Desha. Another method referring to the middle region, Majjhima Desha, in India. India, especially Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Next to it, right? Next to, right? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, right? Two provinces. Especially that point, the Majjhima Desha, no? Majjhima Desha, Pali Desha, Sanskrit Desha. Location, Patirupa Desha. So suitable occasion, suitable place. To live in a suitable place. So to the east, there is a market town named Kachangala. And past, it is Mahasala, beyond which are the border districts. On this side is the middle region. In the southeast, this is a direction. This is a kind of direction. It's especially as a suitable place where we should live in. So in the southeast, there is a river named Salalavati. Inside India, a lot of rivers. Named Salalavati, beyond which are the border districts. On this side is the middle region. In the south, there is a market town named Satakanika, beyond which are the border districts. On this side is the middle region. To the west is Brahmin's village named Tuna, beyond which are the border districts. On this side is the middle region. To the north is the mountain named Usidadeja, beyond which are the border districts. On this side is the middle region. This is the middle region, 300 yojanas. This is a measurement, a kind of measurement. 300 yojanas in length and 250 in width. In width, and 900 in circumference boundary is called the suitable place. You can notice that why is it called suitable place? Because there is already spiritual power and material power at the lifetime of the Buddha. So both of them is both of them is beneficial and important, but spiritual power is more important. This middle region the middle region 300 yojanas in length, 250 and width, and 900 in circumference is called suitable place. It contains 14 of the 16 Mahajanabada. Big states, Mahajanabada, in English, big states. 16 big states. That is to say, all but Gandhara and Cambodia, which belong to the Uttara Bhatam, the Uttara Pradesh. The Majjhima Bresha is regarded as the place where the perfectly enlightened Buddha, Pachika Buddhas, Private Buddha, Agasavaka Buddhas arise and attain enlightenment after having fulfilled their professions, as well as that where the universal monarchs govern the four continents. This is the place where beings receive admonishment from the universal monarchs, and Pachika Buddhas observe precepts and are reborn / abodes. This is the place where most of beings listen to the Buddha's teachings, universal message, and reach heaven / world / realm, as well as attain nibbana, final liberation. Therefore, this middle region is a blessing. Almost time's up. Idame Bonyam Asawakayam Waha Hodu Idame Bonyam Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu Mama Bonya Bagam Sabasadanam Bajimi Desabe Mesama Bonya Bagam Labandu. O happy ones and all beings, rejoice at the merit done by us, and say sadhu 3 times along with us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.